Hey guys, and welcome to another rendition of what you should be watching with me, Brad Fitzpatrick, and this handsome hunk of man, Zach Washburn. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
How was your week?
Good. How was yours, sir?
I mean, mine was pretty run down.
I'm sorry.
Or maybe that's me, but it's okay. It was work. It was heavy. Uh, today we're going to be doing musicals. Something you wouldn't expect two guys to really be a part of, but I know I love my musicals. I don't know about Zach though.
I like a good musical.
Good, good. So this might be a very interesting episode because, who doesn't love a good musical?
Right.
That's right. So this time I'm going to go ahead and let Zach go back first again because I actually know my musicals. And I would like to see what his actual choices are. So
Okay.
Zach, let's start with your number 5.
Okay, number 5, tried and true classic, Wizard of Oz.
Ah, okay, yes. Yes, Wizard of Oz. One of the quintessential musicals, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Um,
I grew up watching this over and over again. Love the nostalgia and the myths behind it.
yeah. A big question, though. Did you ever read the books?
No.
Mm.
It's a funny story about that. We went over the books. I remember in one of my history classes in high school, and they started talking about the politics of it
Mm-hmm.
that I had no idea about, and it just completely blew my mind.
Oh, yes.
And I remember a few of us in there, and I was one of them. Every time the teacher said something, we were like, "What?" Like, actually, this meant this, and actually, this meant this, and and I was like, "Come on!" But
Yep.
yeah, it was very interesting.
How about Return to Oz? Have you ever seen
Love
Return to Oz?
Oz. Not a
Oh,
musical.
gosh. Not a musical, you're right.
Yeah.
But like when you talk about Wizard of Oz, like my mind immediately goes to, branches out to all these other huge mythos that is behind Wizard of Oz. Because to me, Wizard of Oz is kind of a meh movie. Like it's good, but it's
Yeah.
not on. It's not spectacular anyway. But I'm glad that it's on your number 5 because it
It's a
brings
classic. It's pretty dated. But,
Right, but I mean, it's still-
who doesn't love Wizard of Oz?
the universe is so well thought out and well fleshed out that it's a fantastic part
Right.
of cinema
They
history.
got Wicked. That was really popular, and they're doing a movie about that. And,
Yep, that's right.
what did you think of the remake Wizard of Oz?
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I couldn't get into it. I don't know, I thought they tried too hard in too many aspects of it.
Yeah.
And then they've got the offshot action remakes, like the mini series that they did on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
I think the best one was called Tin Star. Yeah,
Tin Man.
Yeah, Tin Man. Yeah, that's it. I think that was probably the best one that they've come out with, sort of offshot. But yeah, the remake, I couldn't. I just
Plus, it had no music.
yeah. So it was weird. It was just weird. But good choice for number 5.
Thank you.
Now we can only go up from here. So what is number 4?
Number 4, another tried and true classic, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, hold on, Zach. Before we go any further, there is something flashing blue all over you. Not anymore, but there was.
Oh, that's the. Hang on a second.
I thought it was the police.
Well, Live PD was on, and they're in Oklahoma now, so.
That could be it. So
it
maybe
on
I
in
was
the
right.
background. Yeah,
Okay.
It was.
Let's go back then. What was your number 4 then? Because that completely went squirrel.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, okay. I guess you could consider that a musical. I was thinking about that too myself. I was really wondering if that would be, would be considered a musical. Because I mean, there are musical numbers in it. But yeah, good choice.
My wife's over here like, I'd like to hear your opinion on why you're doing this.
Yeah,
You
me
wouldn't
too.
consider it a musical, or you don't think it's a good movie?
I don't know that. No, I love the movie. I don't know that I would consider that there's enough music in it to be a musical.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Honestly, that's the reason why it's not on my countdown. But I can see from both points of view. They're
Well, what is considered a musical? Where they sing every line?
oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
I would say every 3 to 4 minutes there should, or like, I don't know, there should be like every, yeah. Like maybe more than 10 songs.
What do you consider a musical?
I'm going to consider it a musical.
Yeah, me too. That's
Yeah.
why it's number 4 on my list.
Yeah.
Borderline.
I mean, still, I mean, Willy Wonka is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie.
It's such a good movie. And
Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't know. I've never had it on a list before. It's one of my all-time favorites. So why not add it to the musical list?
I mean, that's a very wise choice. I mean,
Yeah,
Gene
we're
Wilder.
starting to run into genres, Brad, if you haven't noticed. So
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
to start adding these while I can.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but soon we should go into directors.
That's awesome. Awesome
Yeah.
idea.
Thought about it, but okay, good choice, good choice. What's your favorite song from that movie? Actually, if we're gonna bring it up.
Good question. Let's see. Probably. What was it called? If You Want to View Paradise?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good one. And who knew that Gene Wilder can sing as well as he did in that movie?
He was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't seen a bad movie with him in it.
I never have.
Yeah. Me neither. Good choice for number 4. All right, number 3. What is
Number
it?
3, Annie.
You know, I was talking about that the other just today with my girlfriend. She said that she hasn't seen very many musicals. I introduced her to 2 this past weekend, and she said that was the only one she remembers watching.
Yeah, I loved Annie, the original.
Right?
And Albert Finney was great in it, and Carol Burnett was
Yeah.
amazing as Hannigan. She was so funny.
Carol Burnett. I mean, really, you can't really go wrong. Back in that time period, she was one of the female comedians that everybody loved.
Yeah, and if you'll remember, another great Tim Curry movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Oh, that man
Yeah.
gets my
What-
cockles warm.
Yeah. Children may watch this, Brad. Oh my goodness.
God, I hope so. And if they're watching,
God.
you're welcome.
Uh,
Number 3. So, like, my favorite part of that movie, honestly, like, is afterwards. Like, I remember seeing a meme one time that was like, the realization that tomorrow never comes because tomorrow is today makes that song so much sadder.
yeah. Yeah.
You know? It's like, yes. Now we have to cry like little orphans.
Right. Exactly. The sun will come out tomorrow. Will it, Annie?
Because this tomorrow never comes, damn it. All right. Number 2. What is your
Number 2. One of my all-time favorite movies as well. Just a great fun movie. Little Shop of
Ooh.
Horrors.
Round of applause for the man.
Just-
Good choice.
What a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And of course, I have the special edition. It has the special interviews and the little snippets of special features on it that shows how they did that and stuff. So much work and stuff went into that movie. That the Audrey 2, the big puppet, the
Yeah.
biggest puppet ever made.
Yeah.
It took something like 80 puppeteers to do everything. I mean, it was all the work that went into there.
Could not make that movie again and make it as good.
No.
Could not. That is a movie that they just need to leave alone. Such a good movie. Man,
Yeah.
I honestly like I didn't forget about it, but it's not on my list, but I'm glad you put it on yours.
I appreciate that.
I don't know what was more iconic about that movie. I mean, obviously the one line, feed me Seymour, which is in
Yeah.
everything.
I think everybody knows about that. That's probably what everyone took from it.
Right.
Yeah, but if you think about that, Rick Moranis was just starting out around that time. He, that kind of helped his career, I think. And,
Yeah.
Frank Oz. Not a lot of the people think of him as a director, but he's directed a few, pretty good, funny movies.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Like I absolutely, I love the practical effects in that movie, and like you said, and when you talk about movies with puppets, who better than to get Frank Oz to direct a movie?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, really,
He's one of the masters.
he is. He is. All right, so we talked about this earlier. I don't remember what your number one is, but now I have to figure out if it's going to be good or not, so I can stay friends with your wife.
You will. And you'll be like, oh, I disagree with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We'll see. So what is your number one then? Let's rule it out. Come on.
My number one is Phantom of the Opera.
No, see, I didn't say that was bad.
Okay.
I just said it wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that movie. I had never seen the Broadway play or really heard any of the music. And that movie came out, and I remember just watching it when it first came out. By myself. I was just in a mood, and it just really stuck with me. Loved how it was directed, and I think I've said before that it redeemed a little bit of my faith in Joel Schumacher after his Batman movies.
He needed something.
Yeah, and Gerald Butler in it was really good. He just done 300, and then he comes out with that. He's very eclectic.
I thought that came out before 300, though.
Did it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it might have been out a while before I actually saw it. So I remember seeing 300 first. So
well, I mean, that was.
I think I might have saw that after.
So I mean, it's probably wise that you saw 300 first, but.
Yeah.
But no, like it's a decent movie. It's really good. I remember watching the old version before the Gerard Butler version.
Yeah, but see, that wasn't a musical.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, there were musical parts, but not.
They really
took
just the horror aspect and
yeah.
Made it. It's one of the all-time classic scary movies, but
yeah. Well, scary movies.
yeah, but it's it's one of Universal's part of the Universal collection.
Right, but not Universal Monsters collection, so you can't really put it in there either.
Yeah.
No.
I would put it in that collection, Brad.
He's not a monster, though. He's not. He's a man.
Well, I mean, you could really say the same about some of the others that,
No.
was Frankenstein's monster really a monster, or was it Frankenstein who was the monster?
Both. Just saying. But all right, we're going to move on to my top 5. Okay? Mine's a little bit different than yours, which is surprisingly. Yeah. So I have 3 of my top 5. I don't have all 5. Because I only buy. I like movies, but I don't buy them as haphazardly as Zach does. So. So with that said, my number 5.
I have a problem.
It's okay. We still love you. My number 5. Okay. Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny.
That's a great one.
That's right. Tenacious D, my number 5. I actually just recently watched it over the weekend as I introduced this one and another one that is also on this list to my girlfriend.
Okay.
It's comedy band at its best.
I love Tenacious D. Jack Black and
Kyle Gass.
Yeah.
You forget his name because he never puts it out there, but Jack Black
really doesn't.
Yeah.
And I guess he's happy with that. I mean, he doesn't want. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite musicals of all time. Songs are still stuck in my head after years of watching it for the first time. I was introduced to their music long before this movie was even out. They even had a TV show on Showtime that, sort of segues into this movie. If you ever watched it, which is fantastic. But it's Tenacious D. If you haven't heard of Tenacious D, where have you been? It's awful. If you want another good comedy band, look up Ninja Sex Party.
Ninja Sex Party.
Ninja Sex Party.
Never heard of them.
I'll send you some music.
Okay.
You will laugh and you will love it. Trust me. Okay. But that's my number 5. My number 4, I do not have. It's an old one, Zach, so you may like this one. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Have you ever seen that, Zach?
I've never seen it.
Basically, it's one of those old musicals. Sets for back in the Western times. The seven brothers wanted to get married, so they decided to just ride into town on their horses and steal some women. And just take them back to their mountain cabin, and like right before winter, and then winter falls and nobody can get to the cabin. And basically, the music's great, but it's really kind of weird that they couldn't make this movie in today's society.
No.
You know,
Especially with the Me Too movement.
yeah, like this is like Stockholm the musical. In a way, because the girls finally fall in love with the boys, even though they didn't like them at first because they were kidnapped.
Right, exactly.
You know, then they fall in love with them, and all the men from the town come up, and the girls are like, no, we love them now. They treat us so well, even though they kidnapped us from our families to begin with. And then, it's kind of, it's weird, but the music's good.
How funny. I always remember that being my paternal grandfather's favorite movie.
Yeah.
And he was like this old farmer type, didn't really, he didn't watch movies. But that movie was back in his time, and he always talked about this movie, and I was like, I've never seen it.
Right.
And I still have yet to this day, I've never seen it. I know it's a classic, but...
And along this line, I'm going to do another classic as an honorable mention that would fit right in here. The Sound of Music.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's not...
So, that's not on my list. It's an honorable mention. I love it.
Honorable mention, huh?
But it needs to be mentioned. It does. Now, my number 3, I also do not have. Okay, Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, still have yet to see it.
Yep, you really need to. That movie is great. It made me cry, very heavily at the end. It's so beautiful and sad, and the music in it is wonderful. But you would not like it, Zach, because the whole idea is that you would fall in love with people, and then. It's just not the same. There's just that one love in your life that just... Gone,
I didn't say that I don't like a good love story, okay? Phantom of the Opera is a love story. What? No, it's a love story. Not your old campy Universal monster movie. The Broadway musical is a love story. Okay, whatever.
but I really loved Moulin Rouge. The music in it's really good. There's a lot of updated feel to it. One of the songs even in it was played at my wedding, which kind of taints the movie quite heavily. But I still love the song completely. Elton John, supplied lots of the music for it. Such a great movie, though. John Leguizamo's in it, and his character is so fantastic. He plays a midget that basically brings everybody together.
Ah.
Yeah, you really need to watch it. You really do.
I will. It's on my list.
So, my number 2, okay? Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yeah.
The Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay? I love this movie. Absolutely. I went to theaters to see this movie when I knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
I sing these songs in the shower when I can, and I'm alone.
It's classic Tim Burton, too. Really done in his style.
Right? And I mean, it's Johnny Depp, even though, he's been in a band, and, he can sing pretty good. He's not even my favorite singer in the entire movie.
It's Alan Rickman.
He's probably one of my favorites, but it's the girl that plays his ward. Her voice in this movie is fantastic. So great.
Yeah.
And along these lines, I'm going to add another honorable mention that could fit right here. Okay?
Wait, I think I know. Wait, no, because if I get it wrong, it might be your number 1.
Okay. Well, I'll just say it then. Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. You've
Yeah.
mentioned this before. I've seen it.
Yeah, such a great movie. You know, just again a gothic rock opera, lots of blood and everything else that goes on. It's such great. That's why I say it could be right here, right next to it, because they're so well done
Mm-hmm.
in everything that they do. But it's not my number one. My number one was written and directed by an action movie director. That's right. Joss Whedon wrote and directed Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog.
Yeah, that's another one you mentioned. That was on your hidden gems.
Yep. And it is one of, like most people haven't seen it, but I understand why people haven't seen it, because it originally started as a short internet miniseries.
Yeah.
And then, it was only done in 3 parts, and each part is about 20, 30 minutes. But the music in it is so wonderful. The acting is so great. It's a comedy musical love story, and the end just... I don't know why I like these love stories, musicals that make me cry at the end, but it does. This made me cry so much.
Yeah.
It hits you. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, too. I'm so glad I got it on Blu-ray when I did, because it was on sale. Couldn't find it anywhere, but I could order online. So, if you haven't seen Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog, definitely making a choice to see it.
If you can find it.
If you can find it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I should let you borrow it, Zach. You may love it.
I do. Yeah.
I mean, Neil Patrick Harris is in it. Nathan Fillion is in it. Felicia Day is in it. And they sing songs that are very, very up your alley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's about a supervillain and a superhero.
Yeah. I remember the premise. Yeah.
So good. But those are our top 5 musicals. Great movies. I know there are many, many, many more out there that needed to probably be named. But these are our top 5. If you have a top 5 or you have an idea that you want to put down, please put it in the comments. We would like to continue talking. Who knows when that will be. We are running out of genres too, so help us. If you have a genre you want us to talk about, a director, an actor, anything that we can do a top 5 for, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, you're going to leave it to our minds, and mine is blank.
We'll think of something.
Well, it'll probably be Zach that thinks of something.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this
Think
without
that.
him. I'm just saying. But all right, Zach.
You give me too much credit, sir.
No, I give you the right amount of credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is mainly Zach. All I do is all the technical stuff. It's his voice, his face, his ideas. Yeah, I'm just here along for the ride.
I'll take it.
There you
Whatever.
go. All right, guys. That's our number 5. Zach, is there anything you'd like to add before we head out?
Yes, support your arts, because without art, the world would be even suckier than it is.
Exactly. And remember, guys, always be kind to each other, and we will see you next time.